Welcome to Fatima Today. Last year, about this time, we were very fortunate to have a true apostle of Mary with us on the show. Mr. Al Williams, who was the custodian of the National Pilgrim Virgin statue of Our Lady of Fatima, a statue blessed by our Holy Father, Pope Paul VI, on the 50th anniversary of the apparition of Our Lady of Fatima, an apparition that took place in 1917. This statue travels throughout the United States, and for the past 21 years, Mr. Williams has escorted that statue to parishes and given the message of Our Lady of Fatima. Once again, Mr. Williams is in our area, and we are fortunate to have him on our show, and with him, his beautiful statue, the United States Pilgrim Virgin statue of Our Lady of Fatima. I now want you to meet and listen to Mr. Al Williams as he gives you the story of the message of Fatima. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, my dear Kate Rohan, for this beautiful introduction. But really, you wonder, why do we keep coming back? The real reason may be, just as Christmas comes once a year, Easter comes once a year, so a Blessed Mother statue does come about, go around the United States every so often, really to remind everybody again and again of the words Our Lady spoke to us of Fatima. But of course, the real reason then this is so important, because as most of you may know, that our Blessed Mother did give us a fantastic promise when she did say, and this is an exact quote, let me read it so I don't make a mistake. Our Blessed Mother said long time ago in 1917, "In the end, my Immaculate Heart will triumph. Russia, please, Russia will be converted, and the period of peace will be given to the world." Now, who doesn't want to obtain peace in this whole world of ours? Who doesn't wish to have Russia's conversion? Who doesn't wish that somehow communism will be wiped off the face of the earth? But this is then what Our Lady wishes, that we should be doing certain things to obtain these happy events. So then, here it is, please. Now, our Blessed Mother came. First, how do we know our Blessed Mother really did come? I mean, what evidence do you have, really? As a matter of fact, there is a movie on TV, you see it once in a while. The name of the movie is called The Miracle of Our Lady of Fatima. And also another TV personality made a TV program not so long ago, Montalban. You may remember his name, Montalban. What is his first name again? Ricardo, thank you. Ricardo Montalban. He made a beautiful 1-hour presentation of Fatima. Excellent. But in this movie and in this presentation too, you will remember, our Blessed Mother came to these 3 shepherd children, 7, 9, 10 years old. Tiny, tiny they were. Now, and the people that didn't believe her, as a matter of fact, the mama of Lucia, she told the little girl, "You are lying. You did not see our Blessed Mother." She slapped her face. And the people just wouldn't believe. So the children did ask our Blessed Mother, "Please, show us a miracle. Show the people a miracle so that the people will believe." And what happened? As the movie shows it beautifully, many of you saw it on TV already. Here's what happened now, please. It's finally, Our Lady came the first time, May the 13th, 1917, June the 13th, July the 13th, right up to October 13th, when our Blessed Mother said, then this great miracle will take place. And this is what happened now. First, it was raining, pouring, up to noontime when our Blessed Mother was to come. Raining, pouring from the night before. The people heard about this happening, so there were about 70,000, some said it might have been 100,000 people were there at the Cova da Eira in Fatima, Portugal, to see what is going to happen. And there were newspaper people there from Lisboa, and indeed many of them unbelievers. So, sure enough, at noontime, exactly at noon, it stopped raining, and our Blessed Mother then appeared to the children, but the people did not see Our Lady. And Lucia, the 10-year-old girl, she cried out, she said, "Everybody look up at the sun." As you saw it on TV, that's right. And lo and behold, the people could look directly into the sun, believe it or not, and the sun started to whirl around in the sky about 3 minutes, stopped a minute, another 3 minutes, stopped a minute, another 3 minutes, about 9 or 10 minutes. And then, lo and behold, the sun came down on the people that thought it was the end of the world. In the last second, the sun stopped and went back into the sky. Now, it happened. You want to believe it? That's your tough luck. But it did happen. Nearly 100,000 people saw this. It was reported in the newspapers in Lisboa. As a matter of fact, in the New York Times on page 27, it did state this. It says something very, very unusual happened at Fatima. See? But, and then, as you remember from the movie, from the film, there was a boy in the crowd. He was a cripple. He threw his crutches away. He said, "Mother, I'm cured. I can walk again." There was this woman. She cried out. She said, "My husband, I can see you. I can see you." So many cures happened. And then, lo and behold, of course, because it'd been raining, pouring, there were puddles of water on the ground and all, and wet. Everybody was soaked to the skin. And of course, as the sun came down, the people thought it was the end of the world. So of course, they flopped on their knees, asking God's forgiveness. But as they noticed, as the sun went back into the sky, they noticed that their clothing was perfectly dry and clean, and the earth was suddenly dry. The puddles of water disappeared. Another miracle of Fatima. In fact, some very important person one time said, you know, maybe these people were mass hypnotized. If they were hypnotized, was the clothing hypnotized too to be dry suddenly and clean? Was the earth hypnotized too to be suddenly dry? All the puddles of water disappeared after it had been raining from the night before for some 12 hours. So indeed, it happened. The proof is there. So our Blessed Mother then did say many things. That's what we'll go into a minute now. Our Blessed Mother then, first of all, did give us the promise, which, as I just told you, peace will come, Russia will be converted, wonderful. But, now some people don't like this other part. Our Blessed Mother did give us both sides of the coin. And here's the other side of it. Now please, our Blessed Mother said, "I have come to warn the faithful, to amend their lives, and ask pardon for their sins. They must not continue to offend our Lord, who is already so deeply offended." In other words, Our Lady is saying, be good, stop sinning, what else, right? But then our Blessed Mother got even more specific when she said, "If my requests are not granted, another more terrible war will come in the pontificate of the next Holy Father," which did come, as you know, the Second World War. Entire nations will be destroyed, the good will be martyred, the Holy Father will have much to suffer, and fifthly, Our Lady said, Russia will spread her errors throughout the entire world. So actually then today we are living in the middle of all these prophecies. So then what Our Lady wants us to do then again is really nothing big, but like Jesus said, pray always, as you know from the scriptures. But our Blessed Mother said at least, pray the Rosario todos los días, pray the Rosary every day. Not just maybe once a lifetime. One time again I asked a very important person, I asked him, look, do you pray the Rosary? Oh, yes, indeed, I prayed. When you prayed? Oh, at least once a year at a funeral or something. Well, that is a no. Mother Mary said, pray the Rosary daily, every day. See, now the strange thing about it is that often young people tell me, goodness, I can't pray the Rosary today. It takes too much time, you know. You know, the average family watches television. You know, television is a pretty good thing now. But don't you know, the average family watches television 7 hours and 5 minutes a day, according to the newspaper reports. So how few minutes does it take to recite a skinny rosary? What, maybe 15 minutes, 13, your speedball, you might do it in 10 minutes, see? So Blessed Mother indeed is asking to do just that, to pray the Rosary. But please now, when we go through the Rosary, and you know the Rosary is really something else. One Baptist minister not so long ago said, I pray the Rosary every day because it's good therapy. You see, good thinking. Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, let me tell you now, there is a wonderful Methodist minister who wrote that beautiful book which Bishop Sheen spoke about him.
And the name of this book is called 5 for the Sorrows, 10 for the Joys. That's right. Speaking about the 15 mysteries of the Rosary in this beautiful book. And the first paragraph, this Methodist minister comes out with, he said, the silence of certain Christian denominations about Mary is deafening. You get the point? Makes you think. So then indeed Our Lady wishes we should pray it. And listen, pray the Rosary. Now listen please now. You see, when we go through the 10 Hail Marys like that, say each decade, you know, every, like that. Well, it's not just rattling off a lot of 10 Hail Marys, but actually it is, as one priest put it, let it be like a musical background. But we're thinking, we're meditating on whatever mystery we're on. For instance, we're on the mystery Jesus was crowned with thorns, for instance. Now what happened? Now we happen to know, maybe from private revelation, that when Jesus was crowned with thorns, he was placed upon a stool. Upon the stool there were spikes and nails, and Jesus had to sit upon this to be crowned with thorns. Now you meditate on that, and it'll put tears into a man's eyes. And again, like you're on the mystery, for instance, Jesus died on the cross. Now what happened? Now we know too well Jesus was God. Jesus is God. And indeed, there he is placed on the cross. Now, Jesus could have worked it out very easily to say, okay, I've suffered so much, I'll be on the cross for 1, 2, or 3 minutes. He could give up his spirit, die. That would be the end of it. But no, Jesus allowed himself to be on the cross for 3 long hours. Why? Because of your sins, my sins, sins of the whole world. Now, you think about this. As you do go through the Rosary, well, indeed, it does put tears into your man's eyes. But also, as we do go through the 15 decades finally, the 15 mysteries of the Rosary, what are we doing? We are going through the life of Jesus. Because the truth of the matter is, the Rosary is really a Jesus prayer. It is not a Marian prayer at all. Our Blessed Mother recommends it. But if you want to get very technical about this now, you see, 13 of the 15 mysteries are all about Jesus, 2 about our Blessed Mother pertaining right back to Christ again. So actually then the Rosary indeed is the life of Jesus prayer. Beautiful. Because you see, the point is, if a person somehow does not pray the Rosary a day, when are you ever going to think about meditating on the life of Jesus? You just don't do it. But in so praying, then automatically we're going through the life of Jesus and thank him indeed of all the good that Almighty God has done for us. Because you see, this is the agony now lately. When our Blessed Mother is weeping, that's right, when you read about this matter of statues weeping all over the world, it's not a joke, it's happening. In fact, there's a bishop, as you quoted in the secular newspaper too, maybe, not so long ago. This bishop in Japan, he stated, and he was the ordinary of the diocese, by the way, too, and he said that this particular Marian Fatima statue in Japan cried 101 times. Why did she weep? Why, really? As statues have been weeping, look like all over the world. Why is Our Lady weeping? As a matter of fact, let me read this thing now too quickly, please. It happened in Hungary, this communistic-dominated country. It was written up in the newspapers, including in Catholic and secular newspapers as well. Our Blessed Mother is appearing to this woman, and Our Lady speaking. Our Lady said, "My daughter, I extend to you my heart's flame of love." I repeat, my heart's flame of love. Light your own heart with it and give it to at least one other soul. End of quote. Then the woman said, at this point the Virgin Mother Mary began sobbing, crying so hard that I could not understand what she wanted me to do. I promised her everything in order to alleviate her deep sorrow because my heart was near breaking. Now why is Our Lady weeping? Because of sin. What else? But don't let's forget now, our Blessed Mother is in heaven, body and soul. We know this, we believe this. So therefore, this whole idea of weepings now is not just a make-believe situation. Our Blessed Mother is able to weep because indeed, first, she does have a body in heaven, and she weeps because we the people of God, somehow we are not doing what heaven expects us to do. So then, besides saying the rosary every day, then, our Blessed Mother then did indeed tell us many, many more things too. It's, as a matter of fact, if ever you have a chance to maybe write into the station right here to Fatima today, and you can obtain this little Do You Know Fatima leaflet. It gives you on the front page the summary as to what Our Lady wants us to do. On the inside page, it gives the quotations of so many, many subjects our Blessed Mother is talking about. Our Lady really gave us a lesson in religion, as indeed Our Lady spoke to the children so many times, to these little children, 7, 9, 10 years of age. As I say, the front page, the summary. And now, besides the rosary every day, Lucia said one of the requests of our Blessed Mother is this matter of, as Lucia put it, on October 13, 1917, when the great miracle happened too, by the way, our Blessed Mother was seen by the children dressed as a Carmelite nun, like a Carmelite sister to be exact, holding in one hand the rosary, holding the other hand the brown scapular. See, silently. She stood there without saying a word. And Lucia said, the rosary and the scapular are inseparable. Mother Mary wishes also that we should wear her little brown scapular. It's the same brown scapular we received maybe first Holy Communion time or at the mission, but Mother Mary wishes that we should wear it. And please, 15 popes have given us the full okay to the brown scapular, including St. Pope Pius X way back in 1910. And you may remember the words now. Let me read it to you too now, so don't make a mistake. Our Blessed Mother said this, and as I say, 15 popes okayed this fantastic statement when our Blessed Mother said, quote, "Whosoever dies wearing this scapular shall not suffer eternal fire. Shall not go to hell, shall go to heaven. It shall be a sign of salvation, a protection in danger, and a pledge of peace." Now, what an incredible, what an unbelievable promise our Blessed Mother is giving us about this simple sacramental. As a matter of fact, some years ago, I used to work with Father Albert Shaman, God rest his soul, and from Rochester, New York diocese. But anyway, Father Shaman used to say, when you wear the brown scapular, it is a good fire insurance. You know, that is good thinking, yeah. But listen now, you see, it's not a charm to wear this thing. You see, first, if a person want to be bad, they forget to do many religious things, including putting on the scapular. But if we wear it, at least we're trying to do what heaven expects one to do. It's a beautiful reminder. It's a little nuisance to wear it, but look at the good fire insurance. Mamma mia, please, see? So there you are. Now, and then number 3. Now, let me think hard now. Oh, yes, number 3. Mother Mary wishes then, besides saying the Rosary Day, wearing a scapular is a sign of consecration to Our Lady, as indeed Pope Pius XII used to put it. Mother Mary wishes also we should be good, love God, keep the commandments, be a good Christian, what else? But on this point, don't let's forget now, please, in the morning, to make what we call the morning offering, that we are spiritualizing our daily duties, our works, our sufferings, our joys, and everything, and all like that. See, that we should do this, make that morning offering every morning. As a matter of fact, this came about, this was emphasized so strongly right at the very beginning, please. Before our Blessed Mother came, our Blessed Mother comes in 1917, okay? Now, 1915, 1916, the angel of peace first appeared to the children, who was really St. Michael the Archangel. That's right. As Father Messias Coelho used to tell us at Fatima, Portugal, one of the wonderful professors at the seminary. And the angel came to the children, and the first thing he told them right away, are you willing to accept the sufferings which Almighty God will send you? Are you willing to accept them and offer them up? And the children say, yes, indeed, no problem, no problem. Of course, they didn't realize what they were getting into, because later on Our Lady told 2 of the little children, you will go to heaven soon. You will die soon, and they did. They both died early, 10 years of age, the little girl, Jacinta, Francisco, 11 years of age. And the sufferings they had to endure because the people would not believe them at first and all, and there was much difficulty, indeed many sufferings they had to endure, but the children said, yes, we're willing to accept all these sufferings and offer them up, so giving us the cue that we too indeed should accept whatever sufferings, whatever crosses we do have, but everybody has a cross, let's face it, no matter who you are, whether you're a priest, a bishop, a pope, or who you are. So indeed, that to accept it and to offer it up, to make that morning offering beautiful. So this is then the minimum request of a Blessed Mother. Now, the maximum request of a lady is this. Mother Mary did come back to Lucia then, years later. And Mother Mary asked us that we should go to Holy Communion, particularly on 5 consecutive first Saturdays of the month. That we indeed should go to communion. Of course, it's understood we always receive Holy Communion in the state of grace, never, never in the state of mortal sin, of course. And Mother Mary wishes then that we should go to Holy Communion and confession. Twice Our Lady said, don't forget to go to confession once a month. That's right. And by the way, about this business of confession, please. You know, it just happens that last Sunday, if you listen hard in your gospel reading from the Bible, you remember when Jesus said, whose sins you shall forgive, they are forgiven them. Whose sins you shall retain, they are retained them. In other words, God is giving the apostles, the bishops, the priests, and all, 2 powers to forgive sin or not to forgive the sin. In order to exercise that power, well, what else? Indeed, the priest has to know what the sins are in order for the priest and the bishops then to exercise the power in the confessional to forgive sins or not to forgive sins. But it just happened that Blessed Mother said twice, go to confession at least once a month. And fifthly, Our Lady wishes we should come and visit Jesus in church as often as we can do it. Again, of course, daily Mass attendance, and hopefully many people do make it. Wonderful. Because a lot of people go to Mass every day for those who don't want to go to church on Sunday. See? So, there you are. This is then the peace plan of a Blessed Mother. And then Our Lady then spoke about many more things. Our Lady confirmed purgatory at Fatima. Our Lady even showed a vision of hell to the children. Now listen now, please. We know in this Bible, in the Scriptures, there are 55 quotations about hell. So indeed, our Blessed Mother speaks about hell, even showed a vision of hell to the children, July 13, 1917. And then Our Lady's talking about peace and war. Why does God allow wars to happen? Read it in this little leaflet. You can see it. It speaks for itself, and we know this statement to be true from the Old Testament. St. Joseph, beloved St. Joseph, whatever you do, don't forget to really honor St. Joseph, particularly about your financial difficulties, because St. Joseph, surely, he was the head of the family, so he had to take care of the finances, see? So surely then, you need any finances, you'll pray to San Jose, to St. Joe, and St. Joseph indeed will take care of it all. And I could tell you stories make you laugh how this is really true. And he too appeared at Fatima. Oh yes, one more thing too. Our Lady said, certain fashions and styles will be introduced that will offend my son very much. More souls go to hell because of sins of the flesh than for any other reason. Sins against the 6th commandment. So indeed, Mother Mary wishes that we should be dressed modestly, observing the commandment of chastity and purity, and everything goes with the 6th commandment. Because you see, if we don't listen, like I told you, Our Lady wouldn't scold us, but indeed she will weep, she will cry. So please then, don't let's make Mother Mary cry. In fact, our Blessed Mother spoke about many, many, many things then. As you will read it in this little leaflet, Our Lady speaks about marriages. Our Lady even has something to say about priests. That's right, point number 19. You can read it for yourselves. And Our Lady speaks about many things to confirming things which we've always known, but our Blessed Mother brings it out so vividly indeed, giving us really a lesson in religion. So it all adds up to that heaven is hoping, praying that many people will do what heaven expects us to do, that finally peace will come, Russia will be converted. In fact, Brother Gino is now Father Gino in Italy, who is the stigmatist now, and as well as Padre Pio, who was the stigmatist, died some years ago. Padre Pio used to say, when there is a Blue Army member for every communist, Russia will be converted, peace will come, as our Blessed Mother promised in the first place. Now indeed, of course, to be a Blue Army member is nothing else than that you're willing to do what our heaven expects us to do. As you notice, these points I mentioned here, to pray every day, pray the Rosary daily, with a scapular sign of consecration, being a good human being, make the morning offering, first Saturday communion request, and then of course to come and visit Jesus in the most blessed sacrament. So this indeed is what heaven is expecting us to do, and really As I've been going around now for the last 21 years, one can see that there is much good is going on in this world of ours. That indeed we know that very true, there's much badness is going on. Looks like the bad are getting worse, but the good are getting gooder, the good are getting better. So it is not hopeless at all. There are many good signs you do see. So indeed, our Blessed Mother is hoping, is praying then, that we must indeed help our Blessed Mother in praying, doing what heaven expects us to do. So then, thank you then for honoring our Blessed Mother so wonderful. To stay with us to listen to these wonderful words of our Blessed Mother, because indeed heaven is expecting that we should fulfill heaven's request. So thank you then indeed, dear Kay, for having done this wonderful work in this matter. May God bless.
Al, I want to thank you for that wonderful, inspiring talk. And for our audience who may not have seen you over the past 21 years in their parish, I want to ask you, where does that charming accent come from?
Vienna, Austria.
Vienna, Austria.
One little boy said, "How come you talk so crazy?"
What did you tell him?
Well, I tell him
I'm an Austrian. I'm not an American.
That's right,
But
that's
you're a United States citizen, correct?
Oh, yes, indeed. Long time. Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's
yes.
beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
Well, you know, a lot of our audience would like to have this little pamphlet.
Yes.
And perhaps they'd like to
Okay.
have our address. Right,
Oh, yes.
Fatima Today,
Yes.
Post Office Box 243, Cohasset, Massachusetts, 02045. I want you to write to us. We'll send you out this little pamphlet. that
And the
Al's-
scapular too.
Oh, and you'll send a scapular. That's
Free.
wonderful. Oh, free.
As long as you give a return address, never mind the money, just send a return address and you will get it all free.
That's wonderful.
No money today.
You're doing a beautiful job in spreading the message, and we thank you very much for being on our show. I hope that you'll come back again and join us. I understand you're here with your wife,
That's right.
and
Yes,
maybe,
indeed.
maybe,
Elizabeth.
maybe she can come on our show too. And I thank you very much, Al Williams.